Hey guys, did you know I'm incredibly insecure? Lainey says I do a good job at hiding it, and so do a lot of people, but I'm very, very insecure. In fact, I told Tony V, I said, hey, I have kind of a low self-esteem, and he's like, what? Like, I guess I just radiate this false confidence. I don't know, it's kind of pathetic.
You're right, it is pathetic, and here's why, Greg. Your entire background of your video is all pictures of you. It's one thing if those were pictures of, you know, fan art or fan people drawing pictures of you, or if, you know, I see a lot of YouTubers put their fan art or pictures that people draw of them behind their wall, but all of your photos behind you are actually photos of yourself that you've put there for whatever reason. I find it really hard to believe, not that you care about what I say, but I find it hard to believe that you struggle with low self-esteem or that you have this idea of false confidence. Because if there's one thing I know about low self-esteem, as I do certainly have struggled with a lot of low self-esteem in my life, is that low self-esteem people typically don't flaunt themselves like they do on YouTube. They don't talk about why they are so right in everything and why they have most of the answers to everybody's problems, like you do here on your Onision Speaks channel. And it's just, I mean, I want to be honest, if I was sitting here talking about, oh, you know, Daniel, myself, I have such low self-esteem, I think I'm a terrible person, I'm ugly, and yet, while I'm saying these things, I have a picture, gigantic picture on the back of my wall that says, Dan is the best person ever, which I wrote on that wall. I don't really see how someone can have low self-esteem when they're flaunting themselves like you are and have done in your content. And the back of your wall just really displays that you're absolutely bullshitting everything that you're saying in this video. And your background of your video proves to the fact that you're not someone with low self-esteem, rather you're a narcissist. And a lot of people know that you're a narcissist. The world revolves around you and what you want, which I'll later prove in this video.
Anyway, I don't know exactly why I decided to share that information now, but it's out there. Like, when I first started making videos on YouTube, I strongly wanted to get to the top, and I believed it was possible. However, when I did eventually get to like number 67, I think was my peak, I still felt the same, and I still acted the same. And I think that's the difference between myself and a few other YouTubers who act like they're too good to talk to a lot of people who contact them. Like people who tweet at them or send them emails, etc., and they never respond. It just seems like the necessary ingredient for a person to be willing to talk to you is either A, offer them money, or B, offer them fame. And that just kind of seems ridiculous. Like, let's say you see a really famous YouTuber at the mall, and you walk up to them and you say, hey, will you take a picture with me? Well, if I turn them down, that's bad PR, and I don't want bad PR because that makes me look bad, and therefore potentially takes my money and fame. Whereas people who don't think so highly of themselves will probably just be like, oh my god, fan, I'm so freaking lucky. Why is this person even into me? I'm not that cool. So you're just grateful and honored that somebody gives a crap.
I thought it was really interesting that you brought this point up about friends and subscribers and people, mainly because I know exactly what you're referring to. And this is what I really don't like about you, Greg Onision, is the fact that you indirectly talk about certain things which try to create drama, but if it's not creating drama, you're just trying to get fights with people. More specifically, the event that's going on right now with the YouTuber known as Seer, who's having a meetup with his fans. He's another YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, his channel's linked down below, so you know who I'm talking about. But he's doing a meetup with his subscribers, something that I eventually would like to do, but I don't have a big enough fan base to do that. And you're friends with Seer, or were friends with Seer. I don't really know. I know you guys have been in videos together, but I don't really know your current friendship status. But you tweeted him earlier telling him to shut the fuck up and that you're really done with him, that you want nothing to do with him. And this was all due to him having a fan meetup, and you contacted him and saying that you're going to be coming to LA, and when he told you that he can't hang out at this certain time because he's having a fan meetup, which was scheduled in advance to meet his subscribers, you go on a pissy fit that Seer chose his subscribers, his fan base, over hanging out with you. And that just stabbed you right in the heart. It just bleeding all out. That hurt you. That deeply hurt your feelings, at the fact that he would choose his subscribers over you. Really? Really, Greg? That is the definition of a YouTuber ego. when you are so narcissistic that you get upset, and I hate using this word, but butthurt over the fact that someone had a scheduled activity with their subscribers, and their subscribers and viewers is what brings them cash and money, and it brings them viewership, and yet you're upset over something this small of him not being able to hang out with you when you want him to hang out. That is so selfish. That is the definition of selfish, that you're upset at someone because they won't hang out when you want to hang out. People have lives other than you, Greg. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. People do things that do not revolve around you. So if someone says no to you, that they can't do a certain activity at a certain time, and you get mad at it, that goes to show that you have an ego that people have to take their time out of their day to spend time with you, and they don't. I don't know your relationship with Sear, but if Sear doesn't want to spend time with you, he doesn't have to spend time with you. If your fans don't want to watch your videos, they don't have to watch your videos. Stop having this idea of people are entitled to give you your time. They're not. They're not. No one's entitled to give you anything, and much less I don't think people should give you anything. Because what do you do in your videos? A lot of your advice videos, while some of the law of advice I disagree with, you mock people who ask you serious questions. People come to you asking you about self-harm or suicide. For the most part in your Onision Speaks videos, you mock them. You mock them and make fun of them. I don't even understand how your fans and subscribers still come to you after you insult them and mock them for serious issues that they may be struggling with. You're lucky you even have people who come to you and ask you questions, and you take all of your subscribers for granted. Granted, whatever, you know what I mean?
About you. And that's just the thing, so many people seem to have their head completely up their ass as to who they really are, which is a piece of dust in a massive universe that's pretty insignificant. You know, you can make almost 7 figures a year, you can sit in front of your camera and have millions of subscribers and look all pretty and schlit, but that really doesn't change your value. You're still just as mortal as everyone else, you're still just as insignificant as everyone else. And I just wish not just people on YouTube, but people in general would understand this. You're not better than anybody.
Let me ask you something. If you murder animals on a regular basis, do you really think I give a f about your opinion? Do you really think I care if you want to see a comedy bit or you don't quite agree with all of my opinions when you murder animals? Today I'm going to expose how stupid most of you are by replying to your comments through video. Now, if at any point you're so offended that you're going to curl up in a ball and cry, or you somehow feel that I'm violating you by giving you my opinion or my facts as they are, by all means, there's a little yellow button to the upper right of the screen that says unsubscribe, so go ahead and click it anytime. Here's the first comment. Another self-righteous vegetarian trying to push his lifestyle on all of us. I don't give a f if you think animals are cute. I will continue to eat them. Thank you, humanitarian. You showed me how much better than me you are by saying that you don't care about other living creatures. Good job. I'm sure that for your statement, 1, 2, 3, 0 people will thank you. And as far as self-righteous goes, hell yeah, I'm self-righteous. I don't murder anything. Do you even know the definition of self-righteous? Well, let me give you something that clearly few others have. Education. To be self-righteous is to be confident in one's own morals. Smugly so. Dude, what makes you think that you're right and absolutely true? Just because you're different doesn't make everybody else crap. Well, let's see here. We're living beings and we like being alive, right? So if we kill other beings that probably like being alive, that's not really something that we have to debate now, is it? Oh wait, yes it is, because you guys are morons.
Do I really have to say who has the ego here? No. It's quite obvious.
I am a Sith Lord.
So due to recent events, I think this video is 100% appropriate, as you will see. So about 2 weeks ago, Greg made 2 videos on his main channel titled Man Logic, where he mocks men who have really bad logic in terms of relationship advice. And he also made a video titled Dog Logic and Girl Logic. So I thought, you know what? Thank you for giving me the idea, Greg Onision, because now I'm making a video titled Onision Logic, and I tweeted last night asking you guys to send me all your tweets, which are very, very accurate, by the way, and all have evidence on YouTube to support. Just search up different things about him, and you'll find out that all of these tweets that you're about to see are, in fact, true. So I thought I'd make it into a fun little parody of his 2 videos he's made. So, with that said, let's begin, shall we? Force is not okay unless you two are married, in spite of how many times they say no. Onision Logic says you're a scumbag for making a video about someone you don't know personally. He does the same thing. Onision Logic. I hope this whole feud that I'm not interested in is finally over. Make several videos about it. Onision Logic claims he has a stalker wanting attention, exploits his ex-wife for attention. Onision Logic. I'm going to address Mr. Epsilon in my video, but I'm going to block all comments because I don't want to give him attention. Hint, hint. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but he made another video, and he said that anything I have to say is automatically discredited because I have 90,000 subscribers and he has more. So all you content creators out there, if you have below 200,000 subscribers, you suck, and Onision is automatically better than you, by his own definition, so just keep that in mind. Onision Logic. Rape is not rape when they love each other. Onision Logic. I'm showing the full argument. Leaves out half the other email. Onision Logic. Everyone in the comment section of my video agrees with me, therefore I'm right. Even though I delete all of them that don't agree with me. Onision Logic. Wife loses memory and has a severe mental breakdown. Films it instead of taking her to the hospital. Onision Logic. If you are sad and depressed, it's 100% your fault. Onision Logic. I'm better than you because I'm a vegan. Onision Logic. Constantly judges others. Sees people who judge him as creepy stalkers. Onision Logic. It's the animal's fault for getting in front of a car in a blizzard when I'm driving 70 miles an hour. True story, by the way, he killed a deer. Onision Logic. Complains about being bullied and how awful bullying is. Tells the victims of bullying and abuse that it's their fault. Onision Logic. Quote, anyone who hates me is truly scum. Onision Logic. You're depressed? Just be happy. Onision Logic. You have an opinion? Please, share it. Let me know your opinion. Blocks you and deletes your comment. Onision Logic. It's an invasion of privacy to show a public marriage license. Onision Logic. Says people who self-harm want attention. Blows situations way out of proportion so he can victimize himself. Onision Logic. You're scared of being raped? Do not trust any male in your life. They will rape you. Onision Logic. I didn't do what you accused me of doing, Onision. Here's the proof. I don't believe you because you're a stalker and you are a freak and a creep. Onision Logic. Self-image issues? Your fault. Verbally abused? Your fault. Sexually abused? Your fault. Abusive parents? Your fault. Onision Logic. Me falsely accusing you of something is me equaling defending my family. You proving said accusations wrong equals you stalking me. Onision Logic. I'm clearly more popular than you because I have more subs. Even though a large percentage of my subscriptions, 17%, can't bear to watch me. Onision Logic. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this video. Now, the reason I have a hashtag in my title here is because if you like this video and you have a Twitter and your Twitter is linked to your, if your Twitter is linked to your YouTube, when you like this video, the trend, hashtag Onision Logic, will actually be posted to Twitter. So maybe perhaps we could get this actually trending on Twitter. Wouldn't that be golden? Getting Onision Logic trending on Twitter. Can you imagine what would happen if that happened? I can just imagine Onision flipping out, him crying, him trying to victimize himself and say that he's being bullied over Twitter because he's having logic fails. Who knows? Thank you guys for watching. Have a happy Sunday. Peace, the rep out. And yes, I'm wearing a pink shirt. Don't judge me. Shh. What you're about to watch is, in fact, a rape enablist. This is a man who, as I will show you and prove to you with his own mouth, that in a recent video on his main channel, Onision Speaks, made a video titled The Truth About Rape. This is a video response to that video. However, before we tackle that video, I want to go back in history to about a year and a half ago, where he talked about, again, and said that a woman who is drunk and gets raped, it's not as bad if she's drunk. You also stated that a man touching a woman when they're married is perfectly acceptable if they're married. In other words, if they're married, someone can't rape them. The wife can't be raped because they're married, and they're supposed to have marriage contact and touch each other in bed. And then your final point, as you mentioned, is you were upset at the fact that a supposed woman, who I happen to know, had sex with 20 different men, but when you wanted to have sex with her, she didn't want to have sex with you. So you tried to pressure her into having sex, and she didn't want to have sex. You've talked about this in your videos, as I will showcase right here. So let's begin right now.
Hey guys, this is my stance on rape. And I've made it very, very painfully clear repeatedly, but it keeps coming back to haunt me, and I don't know how many times I have to say it until people get it through their thick fucking stupid skulls. But my stance on rape is that it's wrong.
Here's the crazy thing about that. Simply saying that rape is wrong does not stop you from being a rape apologist. You can ask anyone who does victim blaming of victims of rape. You can ask a rapist. You can ask someone who makes rape jokes. And I guarantee you that most of them, if not all of them, will say that rape is wrong.
I've never said that rape is okay. Ever have I said that.
Absolutely right, Greg Onision. You never said flat out that rape is okay. But you didn't need to. Rather, you said, in an earlier video, which I'm going to show in a few minutes here, that a woman who had sex with 20 guys you wanted to have sex with, and she accused you of pressuring her to have sex. You then said in a later video, which I'm going to showcase in a few minutes, that a girl who's drunk, if she's drunk, it's not as bad of rape if she's drunk. And that if you're married, well, you should be able to touch your spouse whenever you please and whenever you want. But let's just see what else you have to say.
And people want to think that I've said that because they want to feel like they're better than me. They want to rise themselves up. They want to look at this guy who has a few subscribers and go, you're a worser person than I am, and you are a piece of shit, and I want to criticize someone because my life sucks.
So let me get this straight, Greg. You think that I think you said that someone who is drunk, if they get raped, it's not as bad because they're drunk. You think that I'm thinking that. No. I'm not thinking you think that.
And of course, she goes to insinuate that when we did make love, that I was forcing her into it, that I was pressuring her into it, and she didn't really want to. That's funny coming from someone who slept with over 20 people. That's really funny.
Hey guys, some lady posted to onision.net/contact complaining about her husband touching her in her sleep. And my concern with this is, aren't you married? Like, aren't you supposed to be sexual with each other? Like, it's not like some stranger is touching you in your sleep. It's not like someone who isn't supposed to be touching you in your sleep is touching you in your sleep. It's like your friggin' husband.
Next clip, shall we? But I want to make something really clear. I'm not taking any of these videos out of context. These are quoted directly from him in videos. So if I have any Onision fans watching this video, by all means, I'm not trying to present a one-sided argument and take things out of context. I'm presenting the facts. I'm presenting your role model, who shouldn't be your role model based upon the things that he says. I'm presenting you things that he has said out of his mouth.
That being, if you have sex with somebody after they got drunk, or they have sex with you when you got drunk, did you get raped or did you rape them? The answer is no, in my opinion, in the sense that it's not as bad as actual rape where you force someone to have sex with you against your will.
So tell me, Greg, tell me, Onision, do you still think that I think you said that? Because I think I just watched a video by you saying all those three things out of your own mouth. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not thinking you said that. You did say that.
That video that I made regarding sex and being drunk was covering, if you were paying attention, people who have sex consensually while drunk, but still are legally considered non-consensual. Know what I mean?
Greg Onision, it's legally only considered non-consensual if the alcohol has actually impaired their ability to consent, and that's what you were talking about. if alcohol has impaired someone's ability to consent, it is rape. Pure and simple.
So I was saying, if you consent when you are drunk, is it the same as rape? That's what I was saying. But a lot of you assholes didn't want to hear what I was saying. You just wanted to hear what your stupid ass brain was fucking firing off. It's retarded. Like, I'm amazed by how stupid some of the people who watch me are.
You know what the crazy thing is, Onision, that you don't seem to understand is that in your own video, in this video, you already defined drunk as being drunk enough to be legally unable to consent. So what you're saying in this video that you've made is that if a woman, let's say, gets so plaster drunk that if you take advantage of her and you can somehow manage to get a kind of yeah out of her, then it's not rape. That's what you're saying. I'm not taking you out of context.
Because if you're going to criticize something, you should at least understand it, right?
Ooh, that one hurt. I could totally say the same thing to you, my little Greggy Peggy. If you're going to make a video specifically about the topic of rape, or any topic really, you should at least try a little bit to understand what the hell you're talking about. You also, Greg, don't seem to understand what actually happens when a drunk person submits but doesn't enthusiastically consent to sex.
Because you're stupid and you don't see the tens of whatever's videos that I've made against rape. Like, I have playlists against rape. I have so many videos against rape, and yet you're like, dude! Fucking ninja trolling, dude! Fucking all over this shit! Kicking Onision's ass with ignorance, yo!
Well, Onision, aren't you just a fun little lollipop triple-dipped in psycho? See, this is why I don't like you, Greg. This is why I make videos to you. Because when people actually call you out on your bullshit and your ignorant facts on topics that you talk about, specifically the topic of rape, you simply equate it to trolling or ninja trolling. I'm a ninja troll. I'm a ninja troller. That's what you do. When people give you actually valid criticism, specifically about a heavy topic that needs to be talked about, and not talked about by some idiotic moron who doesn't even know what rape is, and tries to justify violating someone simply because they're drunk, that's not as bad. Anyways, here's his newest video.
When you're a child, the events that occur oftentimes affect you for the rest of your life. Juvenile sexual assault victims know their attacker 93% of the time. So to everyone watching this, your friend John, your friend Eric, people you think you know extremely well, don't trust them completely. The reason you don't do this is because that's what they want. They want you to be in your comfort zone. They want you to put your guard down so it's easy for them. Do your best not to be intoxicated, not to be left alone with these individuals. When you're out at parties or with friends, make sure you always have a trustworthy female friend with you. And also your cell phone, mace, whatever you can use to protect yourself. Here it says 7% of rapes are committed by a relative. That means your uncle, your dad, your grandpa, your brother, whatever. In my opinion, considering rape statistics, I don't believe you should trust any male fully unless you're married to them, and even then it's questionable.
What really angers me about your newest video is the fact that you present all men as being rapists. You present all men as being untrustworthy pigs, and it's interesting because you're exactly that. You're the people you're talking about in this video about men should not be trusted. That's you. Your little 18-year-old wife, Lanely, who's being manipulated and abused and controlled and starved, literally bone thin. I read her tweets. I read her Instagram. I see the things that she constantly says about being unhappy. She's always sad. She feels depressed. I wonder why. I really do. And I need to clarify. You're making this video about why, how men are all untrustworthy and rapists. But if you're going to tackle a topic such as rape, a heavy subject that needs to be addressed, you need to entail it all. You need to mention that rape happens. Men rape men. Men rape women. Women rape women. And I know it sounds funny when I say this, although I don't consider it funny. But women can in fact rape men. Just because a man happens to get an erection does not mean that he's actually physically turned on and wants to have sex. A woman grabbing a man's crotch is no different than a man grabbing a woman's breast or touching her vagina unconsented and inappropriately. It's exactly the same. Rape happens with all of those things. And to make a video purely based only on men are untrustworthy, men are rapists, not only shows your ignorance, but it shows that you are not capable of understanding the concept of rape or sexual assault. So my suggestion to you is to stop making videos altogether regarding rape. Because it's only going to show how much of a hypocrite you are, how much of an idiot you are, and how you're not able to actually talk about a subject seriously without proving to be an absolute, I don't know what I was going to say, an absolute something, but I don't want to keep repeating the same names as an idiot moron. Yeah.
This says 683,000 rapes occur every single year. That's incredibly sad, and more of us need to make videos and show support for the victims and try to educate people who aren't yet victims.
Well, I can say one thing, Greg. This video is educational for the people watching me, but most of all to your subscription base if they happen to cross this video. That's why I'm making it, so that your subscribers can be educated on someone who actually understands and remotely tries to cover real subjects in videos and not present a rape apologist or rape enablist attitude.
When rape is no longer seen as something that's easy, but rather highly punishable. When these statistics start to turn around and more people are put in jail for raping individuals. When more victims of rape stand up for themselves and say, hey, this person did it because they're a brave soul who doesn't want anyone else to suffer what they did. When we as a society almost unanimously say no and show no tolerance for this kind of behavior, this world and these girls will be far better off. Once again, your rapist could be your boyfriend. It is possible that it could be a total stranger, but the bottom line is no matter your rapist, they are a coward. And I hope you show how brave you are by standing up and bringing this person to justice.
Ironically enough, Greg, that's why I'm making this video, to bring you to justice. So for the sake of this video, I recommend you turn your listening ears on, because there's going to be quite a lot of information. I'm not going to leave anything out. Stress that point. But, anyways, so for those of you who haven't been keeping up on Onision, about 3 weeks ago, two or 3 weeks ago, no, less than that actually, he made a video titled Dear Stalker. Now in this video, he heavily implies in the video that I am the stalker and that I wrote a handwritten, several-page letter, handwritten to his in-laws of his wife, Lanely. And so when I saw this, I was like, okay, he's blaming me, I don't really care. I didn't do it, so I'm not going to make a video response. There's no point, because he's just ranting on about the stalkers in my life, and he's writing handwritten letters to my in-laws, and stay away. I'm like, well, I didn't do it, so there's no reason to make a video about it. Anyway, people asked me on Tumblr, Twitter, did I write the letter, and I said no, 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 and no, and no. Until last night, he responded to a comment of mine, which is really, Onision has never responded to a comment by mine, and as you'll see in a few minutes, you'll see the comment that he wrote. But it was interesting, because the comment that I wrote was nothing in relation to the comment he responded to me, but nonetheless, he deleted his comment and my comment within a few seconds after deleting both of them, just to clarify. And so, when I saw that he responded to my comment, I was like, whoa! Onision actually responded to something I said. This is shocking. He's responded to me by name directly in the YouTube comments. So, he basically accused me of writing a snail mail letter, called me a scumbag and a bunch of other things. I don't care what he calls me. It doesn't bother me a bit. Just the fact is, I don't like being accused of something that I didn't do, by him. But, granted, whatever it is. So, last night before I went to bed, I sent him an email, right? I sent him an email clarifying. I said, my first email to you, I titled it, and I'm going to show it to you. I said, paraphrasing, you'll see it in a few minutes, I did not write the letter, which I didn't. And because you made a false accusation against me, I am going to post an already legal document, and it's public by King County Records, which is the state in which the county he lives and I live. We both live in King County. And the document's already public online already. I'm going to give the marriage license that shows that you actually are married, which is, again, already public information all over the place. It's not private information. I'm going to give it to Encyclopedia Dramatica because they've been looking for more information on you specifically, and I'm going to give it to them. And that's all I said. And he responds by saying that it was me who wrote the letter, and that the reason he knows that I wrote the letter is because his in-laws told him that I wrote the letter.
Hey guys, this video is kind of an intervention and a kind of request for the individual who's been harassing my wife, my wife's in-laws, and myself for some time now to stop. And a lot of you know exactly who I'm talking about. Like when I disabled comments on the last video because I didn't want you guys promoting that individual, a lot of people were writing me saying, hey, was it this person? And most all of them were right. This person is so set on ruining my life, ruining my marriage, ruining my happiness. Most everybody automatically associates it with them. Now the reason I'm making a big deal about this now is because this individual actually wrote, according to my in-laws directly via snail mail. They told my wife that this individual wrote them a disturbing letter on Facebook and then proceeded to write them snail mail via their home address.
First things first, Gregory. I did write a Facebook message over 5 months ago to your in-laws, but many people did that, so I don't know what message they're reading, I don't know what they're referring to. Maybe it was my message that I sent on Facebook, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter because it's Facebook. You can send messages and stuff on Facebook. There's nothing illegal or wrong about that. And see, the problem here, Greg, is that you're making a false parallel. You're saying, well, you wrote a Facebook message to my in-laws, so that automatically means that you must have written the letter. And my answer in response is no, and I will showcase you that I did not write the letter. In fact, I know who did write the letter, and in your video, you only show half of my email, which is really, that's what I don't like about you, is that you show half of my email, but you don't show the other half in which I responded and told you who it was, and that I didn't write it, and among other things, and you still make a video about my private email that I sent to you privately. And this is the key, this is really funny, is you're always telling your stalkers that if you have a problem with them to write you privately. I did exactly that. I wrote you privately, and then you make a video about it. So what's the point in trying to write privately to you when you ask your subscribers or even haters to write you privately? And I took it privately, and you made a video about it. I mean, wow. Nonetheless, also, I'd like to make a point. I'm sorry, I just woke up and I'm making this on the spot. Let's just say by some rare chance you wanted to take me to court, your court case would be thrown out so fast. You want to know why? Because your entire logic for this entire video directed at me is your in-laws said that it was you. So therefore, you're basing it on an assumption. That assumption is based on an accusation from somebody else. It doesn't work that way. If you go to court, let's just say, hypothetically, you took me to court and saying, you wrote a snail mail letter to my in-laws, that court case will be thrown out because you have to prove that I wrote it. And I will stand trial happily, because I've been in court before already, and I will stand trial and I will happily vow myself that I did not write that letter. And I didn't. And you will have to prove with evidence that I wrote it, either by DNA, or they'll show it to me and all I have to say is, no, I didn't write it, and unless you can prove that I did write it and that I'm lying, it'll be thrown out. So my suggestion to you is, please contact me over email, send me the handwritten snail mail letter, and I would like to see it, because I didn't write it, and I don't like being accused of things that I didn't do. So it doesn't really even matter. The point is that you're trying to blame me for something that I did not do.
I made a video saying, hey, creepy stalker, stop writing my family members. And then he proceeded to commenting on one of my YouTube videos, I wonder if Taylor feels if she has competition now. He's implying that I'm somehow going to be attracted to another girl who was in one of my videos, I suppose just because she's a girl. But of course he's going to imply this because he's all about causing drama in my life and generally questioning my morality. So I responded with the information I was given through my wife, source of her parents, in which they said, hey, you know that guy who's been making videos about you? Well, he wrote us on Facebook and then he wrote us a snail mail.
And again, I want to stress the point, this is a false parallel. Now, I did make a video 5 months ago to the parents, I did send them a Facebook message, but because your parents the in-laws saw my video and saw my Facebook message, they must have automatically assumed that the handwritten letter was by me, when it was not by me. In fact, I love how in the next few clips you're about to see, you only present half of the email that I sent you. Only half of it. You completely ignored and didn't even include my response to you. So not only are you one-siding everything that I said in response to you, and I even told you in the email who the person was who sent it, and you still ignored it and took the effort to make a video about it, only presenting the one side of the response. So just keep watching, guys.
Not just to his YouTube viewers, because he's already done that. He's gonna post it to a hate site. Because you know this guy is such a saint and he's just trying to help my wife get away from the evil demon that is me, right? I can't think of a single person who could be a bigger hypocrite right now with their current actions. You're gonna prove to everybody that I was wrong about you being a stalker creep by doing something a stalker creep would do. This is what he wrote to my email. I'll make this short. I wrote no snail mail letter to Taylor's parents, nor would I ever go that far. Yeah, writing a snail mail letter to my in-laws is way too far, but releasing our legal documents with our full name to a hate site? Oh, that's nothing. Do you realize how crazy you sound? This is why a lot of people are afraid to turn on their cameras and post videos to YouTube, because they're afraid of psycho creepy stalkers like you. Of course you won't believe me, and that's fine. Why would I believe you? You literally made a video addressing my in-laws, telling them what a horrible person you, a person who has never met me, believes me to be. Basically trying to ruin my life.
Might I add again that these documents have been public and are easily accessible by King County state law simply by typing it in your name, and you instantly get it pop up. All you have to do is pay like a small $10 service fee and you can easily access it. You can access my parents' marriage documents. You can access almost any marriage documents within the entire United States of America based upon getting married in the United States. These are public records. They're nothing, they're nothing liable for anything. And see, Greg, here you're now making a fallacy. Because I made a video 5 months ago directed at you, you therefore automatically assume that I have to be the person who wrote the snail mail letter. Just to present you what I wrote, since you didn't actually include everything that I wrote to you, and the user who actually wrote the letter, I found out who it was last night. I sent them a message because after he responded to me, I was like, hey, I need to find out who wrote this letter, and it is, and he's proud of writing that snail mail letter, and he says he would do it again. In fact, he has a video of him actually doing it. The user who wrote the snail mail letter made a video about this. And yet, you know, Greg, that it was him because you've had problems with this guy before. You've gotten lots of his videos removed from privacy complaints and all these certain things. And whether, I don't even care if you do that. The point is, the fact of the matter is that I have evidence to show you that this guy actually did write the letter from his actual own words, and yet even though when I presented the evidence to you in email, you still ignored it and still blaming it on me. So, I don't really understand your basic brain capacity to where you try to pull all these false causations and fallacies out by saying, well, I'm going to assume because someone said it, therefore it's true. The world doesn't work that way. You can't go off gossip. You can't go off of what someone said to you. It has to be shown with evidence, and that is something that clearly lacks in all of your videos, Greg, is evidence to prove anything, especially directed at me, besides the fact that the marriage license, which is already public again, so I'm not really doing anything. And here's the fun thing. The reason I mentioned Encyclopedia Dramatica regarding your marriage license is to get a reaction out of you, which is exactly what happened. Because I know you hate that website, so I thought, well, if I attach the marriage document and then say to him that I'm going to give it to them, which they already have it, by the way, I got a reaction out of you by simply making a reference to a website which I know you hate. And it worked. You made a video about it. And now that you made a video about it, I can make a video in response to you and refute everything you have to say. With evidence. I say in response to your email, the user who wrote the letter was Don't Stand Close to Me on YouTube. Send me a screenshot of the letter. I want to see it. In case you didn't know, marriage license is already public by state law. It's in King County records, accessible by all. I know you hate Encyclopedia Dramatica. Just thought I'd hand it over to them. My suggestion to you, and I mean this, if you want me to stop making videos about you, don't say stupid shit or things without backing up with evidence. I wish no harm to you, your family, but when you make videos saying stupid things or an argument that doesn't make sense, I'll respond. I do this with many people, not just you. Peace. And of course, did Greg actually include this? No, of course he didn't, because Greg always likes to be the victim. He always likes to portray everybody as being the problem. Everybody else has issues except him. This is what is known as a narcissist, where everything revolves around them, and they try to twist and turn everything to be someone else's fault, and they try to blame everything and accuse everybody of everything else rather than ever looking at themselves. This is a perfect example, and thank you, Greg, for making a video response to me on this, because now I can showcase that you really are one-sided. You left out part of my email on purpose, obviously, and now I had to make a video about it, and you complain about me making videos. Well, you just got yourself a video simply by making a video about me. So, are you happy? I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you like the attention that I give you. Although it's negative, maybe you do like it. Who knows? My point is, let's see what the person who actually wrote the letter has to say. He replies, yes, I sent it because the actual email didn't go through. Then he goes on to say about parents and how if he was a parent, he would want to know what his daughter was doing with a crazy psychopath. But near the end, he says, and finally, to Mr. Repzion, if you want to clear this up with your subs and viewers, go ahead and make a video telling them who I am, who sent the letter, or directing them to this video below, as I am proud of what I have done, and I will do it again. And down below, in my description, and here, as you can see, to the parents of lamely bought Onision's new victim, he has a link here, and that link shows you evidence that he actually did write the snail mail letter. So, Greg, my advice to you is before you make an accusation against me, you should probably look and learn a bit about fallacies and false causations where you parallel things back to me. Granted, I do understand why you might think it would be me, considering I do make videos about you, but I have no interest in writing a handwritten letter. I hate writing handwritten letters, and in terms of you making an accusation against me, I just thought I'd clear it up and make a video response to you. So, I don't really have much else to say besides that, Onision, you're wrong, and if you want to take me to court for some reason that you also threatened me in your email that you can take me to court, by all means, do it. I'd happily stand in court, I'd happily testify, I'd happily swear nothing but the truth, I'd happily swear my vows. Most of all, I'd love to see you fail in court because that's exactly what you would do because you know nothing about how the law works. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. What happens when you tell a 27-year-old man no? He reacts like a child. So for those of you who haven't been keeping up with the recent news, Onision has started this new thing on his channel where he live streams debates with his so-called haters. He had about 3 debates, and then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, I received an email from Onision. Yes, Onision, the man who said this minutes before the live stream went live, he said this about me.
I picked to be honest, the reason I picked him is because Repzion commented on his video saying good luck, so I assumed, because I don't want to talk to Repzion like directly, but I don't mind if he helps people out and so forth, and the reason is because I really just don't want to talk to him.
He does not want to talk to me. He does not want to associate with me. For those of you who don't know, about a month and a half ago, or almost 2 months ago, he made a video titled Dear Stalker, where he accused me falsely of writing his in-laws a handwritten letter in which I proved in my video that it was not me. He says this in his videos.
I want nothing to do with this guy. I don't want to see his face again. I don't want to hear his name again. I want nothing to do with him. I want nothing to do with this person. I've repeatedly let them know that I want nothing to do with him, and yet they persist.
It is abundantly clear that Greg does not want to talk to me, he does not want to associate with me, wants nothing absolutely to do with me. To my surprise, when I logged on to my email, I had an email from the one and only Onision. Yes, he sent me an email saying, "We'll be debating with you when you're ready. Give me a time." Now, I want to make it clear that I had never asked to debate him. I had never proposed to debate him, and I will prove this later on. But anyway, I reply, alrighty, but I have to ask a serious question. Why do you want to debate me? Since the whole video versus Onision drama that went down, I have no desires to debate you. I have made 13 videos on you in the course of 4 years. My Tumblr has me declining subscribers' video requests to make more videos about you. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't want to give you any more sort of attention, so I'm confused as to why you have popped this up out of debating me, when obviously this man, as I shown previously, wants nothing to do with me. He said that on his live stream on the debate that he doesn't want to talk to me, doesn't want to do anything, yet he just contacted me. So I say I have no desire to debate him. Then he says, let's go right now, I'll start a live broadcast, invite you, you can ask pretty much whatever you like. I said previously, I'll get back to you. I'm currently in Aberdeen, Washington with no internet. I'll get back to you on that Then he sends me an email saying, in the previous debate there was no mediator, this time there will be, but he will be an honest mediator, blah, 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 blah. I then ask who will be the mediator, and this is where it gets even more golden. He says, I don't know yet. And then he says, I feel like you're not confident in showing the concerns that you have. Where is your confidence? I've taken on multiple people at the same time. I've even been ambushed by people yelling with profanity at me, and blah, 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 and I still continued. Why are you behaving nervously? So in this email, I questioned his motives for why he wanted to debate me, and he accuses me of lacking confidence and being nervous. I then reply, if you can discuss one-on-one with some guy, someone who has made more harsher videos than I have, more videos than I have ever made, by calling you a cunt and etc., why do you need a mediator? I see no reason to have multiple people on at once, which you've shown to me that you can debate multiple people at once, so why do you need a mediator? Confidence and nervous? No, as previously stated, I haven't been interested in talking about you through videos or anything after that whole Onision versus evidence drama, which I showcased evidence wasn't me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done making videos about you unless you make videos contributing to negative stereotypes that influence people for the bad. Anyways, I'll respond to you later tonight. He then replies more about the mediator, and he says, you've been wanting to debate from some time. Now it seems you are backing out of an actual debate setting, which is very disappointing. Please do not be the dog with all bark and no bite. He then says at the bottom of the email, you clearly feel intimidated by more than one person being there this time. I'm ready to debate you immediately, but if you need time to prepare, I understand. And this is where it gets golden. I don't need a mediator. I just don't see a need to have one if you can successfully discuss with 2 other people at once, which you've shown you can do. In regards to your comment, quote from Onision, you've been wanting to debate me for some time, and now it seems you're backing out of an actual debate setting, which is very disappointing. Actually, no place have I ever proposed or asked to debate you at all. Reference of to us have been debating has been between our mutual subscribers asking to hash it out. Instead of my initial response, I'm not interested in debating you, I have no desire to debate you. I've been telling this for people in the past 2 months on my Tumblr, on other such social networking sites, in the video that I made in my defense. To prove my point, let's go back on my Facebook on May 8th, where I explicitly say that I'm done making videos right here about Onision, that I've listened to your comments, concerns, I'm not interested in talking about Onision anymore, and I'm gonna make a final video. Well, I never made that final video. Now I have. This is it. I actually stopped making the video, I deleted all my clips because I didn't want to deal with this anymore, and I was sick of a man making false accusations against me, so I said I'm stepping down, I'm not going to participate in this drama anymore. I said that on my Facebook page. It's still there, it's not deleted, it's public for everybody to see. Continuing on, I say, people have been begging me to make a video discussing your wife's new pregnancy. I have no motivation to make future videos towards you unless I see a valid reason. My channel has been growing fast, I don't want to produce any more content about you. I've covered what I need to say in my videos already over 4 years. You have also proven in your said in your live stream, Debate Onision Online, that you refuse to debate anyone who has made multiple videos about you. I fall into this category. Why have you changed your mind? You have also stated that I harass you on YouTube, which by legal definitions of harassment no longer becomes harassment if you choose to knowingly interact with the said harasser. You can call me intimidated, scared, nervous, lacking confidence, for which you have already accused me of, simply for questioning your motives for having me participate on your channel. I am sure that after you read this email, you will say, victory, I have won against the haters. Mr. Repzion is too afraid to debate me. That's fine, go for it. In terms of you being disappointed in me, that's good. The last thing I want to do is to satisfy you by giving you more attention on your channel by my participation. Hope that makes sense. I appreciate the offer, but I shall decline. He replies to me, you are a coward. At least it's good to know that you are out of my life forever. I then reply, are you breaking up with me? Sigh. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am still shocked and perplexed and confused as to why a man who says he wants nothing to do with me all of a sudden would send me an email about debating him, and I say, no, I have no interest in debating you, and he calls me nervous, lacking confidence, and all this other crap. What? I don't understand. I question your motives, and you accuse me of those things, which is perfectly fine. You can call me nervous, lacking confidence, you can call me all those things. But ultimately, I have no interest in debating you. I said that on my Facebook page over a month and a half ago. But this is where it gets even more interesting. Him and some guy 827 debated. And this is what he had to say in the debate.
Let's go back, though. You made, and I know you think this is ridiculous, but I feel it's very important because you made an accusation that I made a joke about rape. So what was that?
Well, a lot of your video titles, they have really, really screwed up titles in them, and it's like you're just taking
Give me one of the rape, an example.
Let's see. Look for your videos right here. You've got a few about rape right here.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily making fun of it. Yeah, you said I made fun of it, so give me an example of when I made fun of, please.
Are you gonna seriously just sit here and run me around in fucking circles like this? Or?
It's just one question, you know? If you don't have an example, just say you don't have an example.
You've got like hundreds of videos to scroll through. I mean, is my argument invalid because I'm not gonna sit here and just scroll through hundreds of videos?
So you don't have an example, is what you're saying.
I do have an example. I just don't feel the need to go scroll through hundreds of videos, and most of these you already know what you put in them because you took the time to shoot and edit them.
What I'm telling you is I haven't made a main channel video making fun of rape.
You know, I have to admit, Greg, it's a bit clever to invite someone to debate you like some guy 827 did, but you do it on the spot. You didn't give him a time frame. On Monday, you just randomly go into a debate room, and then you say, where's the evidence? Show me a video where I said I mocked rape. Show me this. Show me that. And some guy is being put on the spot to present you evidence when he hasn't had any proper time to prepare. So what I did is I did a little bit of research, and you say that you have never mocked rape? Well, what's this?
I was butt raped! A group of men hit me on my head until I passed out and then they raped me!
That video is titled Puppy Love, which you can find on your main channel, Onision. Next clip you're about to see is another video in which, this is the disturbing part, he labels this person socially retarded, someone with disabilities, and then proceeds to say this.
Because I'm so unattractive and I'm so stupid and I have no friends, there was that guy who violated me in an alleyway and I cried. I guess he could be a friend. What was I talking about?
What's that again? You haven't made fun of rape victims? What did I just watch? I mean, I'm not taking that out of context, buddy. That's clear, you have said that, and there's plenty of other videos, more videos than just those two, but those are just two that I happened to pull up in response to your, oh, I have never made fun of rape. So let's cover the points that I've made already. Point 1, he asked me to stop talking about him, making videos about him, in which I did. I stopped. It's been over 2 months since I've even really mentioned him, made a video about him, or anything. He then says he wants nothing to do with me, in the live stream itself. He doesn't want to talk to me. He made 3 videos about me saying that he doesn't want to ever associate with me, that I'm a stalker, that I accused me of false accusations, which I disproved. In which now he has sent me, point 3, an email which contradicts everything that he said. He says he doesn't want to associate with me. Now all of a sudden, he does. Just from last week. Just last week he said he didn't want to talk to me, and now all of a sudden he does. And this is where it gets the best, ladies and gentlemen. I said no, I will decline debating you. And rather than respecting my decision, he calls me a coward, which is perfectly fine. But on July 4th, he debated Repsock. What? Repsock? What the living hell is Repsock? Repsock is his hand with a sock imitating me. This man is a 27-year-old male who recently had a newly wedded 18-year-old wife who, on July 4th, Independence Day, sat in his room and debated a sock because I said, no, I'm not interested. Oh, and I forgot to mention, his newly wedded wife is now 13 weeks pregnant. So rather than spend time with your wife, who's pregnant, who's about to have a child, you sit on July 4th and debate a sock.
I just want to say to all my reptiles, we're dinosaurs! Reptiles! Da, 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 da,
Okay, you gotta squeeze the booze.
Okay. Straw man of him for nearly an hour.
Hello, everyone. I am Repsock, and today I will be debating Onion.
Thank you, Repsock, for having this debate with me. It's been very brave of you to be willing to discuss
all the negative things you said about me in the past and resolve these issues like, you know, an adult.
I really don't know what else to say in response to this, but you have fallen, Onision, to a whole new level. You have fallen to a level to which I see now is pure insanity. In fact, that is why this is my last video towards you, because I've realized something. I've made a mistake. Over the course of 4 years, I have now made, officially, 13 video responses to you. 4 years, 13 videos, I have over 600 videos. That's not very much. But the reason I'm done making videos about you, Greg, is because I actually thought that through my video responses to you that I could perhaps make you think differently. I thought perhaps that me responding to your video where you said that when a woman is drunk, it's not as bad as if she's drunk, it's not as bad if she's raped when she's drunk. I thought I could maybe change your mind when you generalize all people who are overweight, who are being obese or are not fat because they choose to be fat, but maybe they have medical problems. I thought I could change a man's mind. I thought I could actually dent. I thought I could maybe make you think differently. I thought I could maybe reason with you or rationalize with you. Because for the most part, my videos, I believe, are very logical in terms of my responses to you. And I thought I could make a dent in your life. I thought I could make a change, and you would see a video by me, and you would say, hey, you know what? I was wrong on this issue. I was wrong. I was wrong. I've spent 4 years making 13 videos about a man who now debates a sock because I said no. He reacts like a child, and I can't associate with a child. I can't respond to a child anymore. I can't make video responses to someone, and while I know you guys find it fun and you think it's interesting when I make responses to him, I'm done. It's pointless. I have failed completely. And because I've failed, and because now I see that no matter what I say, no matter what I present, even if I quote him directly, he's right. I'm always going to be wrong. He is a narcissistic psychopath who knows how to manipulate and control things so well. But here's something you probably didn't know. Greg Onision is fake. I mean completely fake. The videos he makes for shock value is to simply stir attention and stir drama to make his income. Greg Onision makes between $10,000 to $15,000 per month on his AdSense. I have proof of this on my Tumblr, but that's besides the point. The point is that he creates fake drama for the sole purpose of making money. That's why I'm stopping, and that's what I've come to realize. As a testimony from TJ, Onision wanted TJ to participate on the Steve Wilkos show and create a fake drama on national television. Yeah, bet you didn't know that one.
Onision was kind of a drama. I remember Onision tried to get me to appear on something called the Steve Wilkos show, which is basically like the poor man's, I guess I should say the even poorer man's Jerry Springer. And I'm like, Onision, you and I have serious differences here, and you've done some things that I find to be really disgusting that you've never shown any sort of sincere atonement for. You've never really even acknowledged that the stuff you've done is fucked up. And even now, you continue to defend your actions, even though, I mean, there's a clear pattern of you creating drama, of you continuously creating drama, continuously airing your dirty laundry in public, and now you want to do it on national TV. Like, this is a guy who's eager to get in more drama in front of an even larger audience. It's like it drives him. That's all he wants to do. And I'm like, I'm not participating in this, Onision. I can't even believe that you think that I would do something like this. I can't even believe that you want to do something like this. You know, and he's like, oh, we'll ham it up for the camera, and we'll create all kinds of new drama between us. You know, we'll figure out other reasons we don't like each other, and it'll be really even more unpleasant. I'm like, this isn't a fucking show, Onision. I'm trying to fucking convey a serious message here. When I was going after you, it was because I had legitimate grievances with your fucking actions and behaviors. And it's like he didn't even fucking comprehend that. It didn't even occur to him that I might not just be doing this as part of some fucking phony baloney fake WWE style storyline where it's like, you know, one week I'm hitting him over the head with the fucking chair and the next week we're fucking tag team partners or some shit. It's like, Onision, hello, Earth to you, motherfucker. That's not what's going on here, alright? Maybe for you this is all just some big fucking show where you can just do whatever you want, fucking play with people's emotions, mislead your fucking own audience as to what's going on, and you just feel like that has zero consequences. But that's not how I fucking operate. And I told him I don't have any interest in being on the fucking Steve Wilkos show with you. I don't have any interest in engaging you in some sort of fake, trumped up fucking drama. I mean, so if you really want to know what kind of guy Onision is, that fucking story should tell you a lot of what you need to know.
So I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, why should I make any future videos on a man who is purely insane? By a man who's a lunatic, a psychopath, narcissistic, but most of all, is also pure genius. When I say that Greg is a genius, I mean that in terms of manipulation. Take a look at this. This is a photo of a supposed comment I wrote on his channel, which, by the way, I'm blocked on all of his channels, but his Onision Encore, I was not blocked. I wrote a comment, and I'm paraphrasing, but I said something to the liking of, I want to see a debate between you and some guy. Within a minute and a half, my comment was deleted. I wish I had taken a screenshot of my comment so I could prove it, but I can't. It was deleted, and then I was blocked from his channel. Only for him to then put this photo up with no thumbs up, because I don't know if you know this, but usually when I make a comment about Onision, it always gets thumbs up. There's no timestamp on the video, and there are no timestamps on any of there's no comments. You know, normally when you take a screenshot of all the comments around it so you can show that it's its actual valid picture. There is none. When you make comments on YouTube, there are timestamps. It was an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Where's the timestamp? Where are the other comments? That's why I don't want to have anything to do with him. Because he actually has the guts to block me after I write a comment, delete my comment, and then twist it into saying that I said something I never said. And people wonder why I have no desire to debate this man when he talks to a sock on July 4th, neglecting his 13-year-old weak pregnant wife on July 4th, a national holiday. And he's so upset that he goes apeshit because I said no. My suggestion to anyone watching this video is if you debate Onision, bring up some of my points in this video towards him. Ask him about the fake TV drama that he wanted to propose to TJ and get him on national television to have fake entertainment. That's proof that everything Greg does is for the attention of whoring out and getting attention from other people. Why did he attack Shay Carl for circumcision? Why did he attack Shane Dawson? Why has he attacked all of these people? Why has he now went after me after he said, I want nothing to do with you, Mr. Repsion, but now I want to debate you? And then when I said no, he goes crazy and makes almost nearly 30 Facebook statuses about me saying how much of a coward and all this stuff is. I'm done. You can't change. You will never change. Your mind is set in a 14-year-old male's body. I feel sorry for you, and I realize that Greg Onision plays the victim card, but I genuinely, sincerely feel sorry that a 27-year-old man can neglect his wife, who's 13 weeks pregnant, on the fact and debate a sock on July 4th because I said no. I said no. And to be honest, Gregory, saying no to you brought me more satisfaction than it ever would have been debating you, because I got to see breaking a man emotionally by doing nothing. And that is an accomplishment. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow reptiles, I'm not going to make any more videos about Onision. for a very long time, if not ever again. Because it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of your time to give this man what he wants. Attention. The sad thing is that this man's entire self-esteem and identity is rooted in his subscriber base. And because of that, he has no human value, because it's all placed in other people. Thank you guys for watching.